Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
An Oakland County home inspector caught inappropriately touching himself in a toddler's bedroom.
I looked back at the camera, and as I looked back at the camera, he had taken the Elmo doll to my son's closet and was about half in, half out of the closet doing what he was doing.
Tonight, the homeowner reveals what happened when she confronted the inspector.
We begin, though, with deputies finding an abandoned baby alive in the woods in northern Oakland County. Glad you're with us at 11. That 4-month-old boy is in the hospital, and the good news tonight is it's expected he's going to be okay.
Tonight, we're learning how deputies knew to search for the infant in the first place. Victor Williams is live. And Victor, this all started with a 911 call.
Yes, not just one 911 call, but many 911 calls. And tonight we have the chance to speak to one of those callers. They're telling us that they had no idea that picking up the phone would inadvertently save this baby's life.
Oakland County 911.
Yeah, I've had a perpetrator stalking my house today from 5 in the morning, ringing my doorbell profusely.
A series of early morning 911 calls leads deputies to a heartbreaking discovery in Orion Township. A 4-month-old baby boy lying face down in a ravine.
They just came back to my house and were like peeping in my window, knocking on my window on my property.
That was Tom Lipscomb on the phone with the emergency dispatcher. Turns out the suspicious person was the baby's mother, who had a mental breakdown and believed someone was chasing after her with a gun.
They thought it was a prank, maybe some, kids. I'm not sure what really to think of it.
Just across the street, another call came into 911. This time, it was that the woman was inside of Walden Middle School.
We had someone who is in our building who maybe is under the influence of drugs.
Is it the female, the blonde-haired female?
Blonde female, yes.
Okay, she's in the building now?
When deputies finally spoke with the 37-year-old woman, they learned she was a mother despite her saying otherwise. They also noticed dirt on her clothing, prompting the search, and with the help of a K-9 unit and 13 dispatched patrol cars, the infant was found in 30 minutes.
This child would have died if not for the deputies. They set up a cordoned off area of almost a little less than a mile. And based on, what was on her clothes and what they saw in this one area, that's how they more quickly located the child.
Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard says unfortunately the baby boy was found in a hypothermic state. Responding authorities had to remove the child's wet clothes, wrapping it in blankets before taking it to St. Joseph Mercy Hospital.
Happy that it didn't turn out to be a bigger story. Everyone's safe.
And police believe that the mother's breakdown may have been caused by prescription drugs. As for the baby, he is going to be in Child Protective Services after he's released from the hospital first thing tomorrow morning. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Victor, any idea on the status of the mother tonight?
Well, she's being checked out also, but we're told that a warrant is being filed for her arrest for child neglect.
Yeah, well, amazing that baby is okay tonight. All right, Victor, thanks.
Now to a story about a kid's toy that is decidedly a story not for kids. A home inspector charged with crimes involving inappropriate behavior using a child's stuffed animal while on the job. 59-year-old Kevin Van Leuven of Clarkston has been charged with indecent exposure and destruction of property. Jason Colthorpe is live tonight, and Jason, you spoke with the mother involved.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, she's beside herself. I mean, you can't imagine, honestly. This is a family, by the way, that was in the process of selling their home. They now live in Missouri. And in the 2 weeks they had left in the home after this happened in their son's bedroom, Jada Dodson tells me she and her husband were so sickened by it, they could barely sleep in the home. This is video from March 12th, when during the sale inspection of an Oxford Township home, Kevin Van Leuven goes into a 2-year-old boy's bedroom and picks up an Elmo doll. Van Leuven later told police he moved it to inspect an outlet, but when told there was a camera in the nursery, police say he confessed to and apologized for what we won't show you, going to the closet and inappropriately touching himself with the stuffed puppet.
Nobody in their right mind does things like that.
The homeowner, Jada Dodson, had been alerted by the motion sensor and was watching it live on her phone.
Honestly, I just went blank. My husband was staring at me from across the room and was like, "What's wrong?" and asking me repeatedly. And I I couldn't even articulate what I was seeing.
The Dodsons called police and raced back home, where Oakland County deputies confronted Van Leuven. The investigation ended with his arrest and arraignment Wednesday.
You don't think anything can surprise you, and yet the disgusting ability of some people still managed to surprise me on this.
The Dodsons are glad this is safely behind them, but they can't help but play the what-if game.
What if he had an STD and our son played with that, or anything? What if we didn't know? I mean, we have a toddler and a newborn baby too. There's nothing more worse than when somebody comes to your home and you trust them to do a job and they go as far as to do something like that in your child's bedroom.
And just when you think you've heard it all with this story, just wait. There were 4 other people in the home at the time of this. According to Dodson, the 2 buyers, their agent, and another inspector were nearby, and the door was open the entire time. Back to you.
Any word from the employer taking any action yet, Jason?
I did talk to the owner of the company that employed him. He was fired immediately on the spot, and they did tell me they had never gotten a complaint about him in his time there, and when they hired him, they did a background check that did not show he was any kind of sex offender. We ran our own check, found that to be true, but we did find he does have a criminal record, not sexual in nature, but he did serve time for a 3rd offense DUI. Devin, back to you.
All right, Jason.
All right, well, we just missed breaking the record high today, and now the wet weather is coming.
So let's get to Ben. We've got, I guess, a storm threat really for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we do, and it's not going to be quite as warm on Thursday, but it's going to be warm enough to fuel these thunderstorms that may just get to severe limits. So let's look at Storm Tracker 4 right now. We did have some activity in the state tonight. It was not severe, and most of this was west of 23. There may have been a couple sprinkles sort of sneak a little bit further east of there, but otherwise we're paying close attention to what's going on out to our west. This is the system that's really ramping up for tomorrow. You can see there's plenty of rain with it tonight across central parts of Illinois, but by the time it gets here, we are going to be watching for the wind threat and the possibility of some heavy downpours, and that's why we're under a marginal risk for severe weather. And just remember, the code there is in the left corner of your screen. Marginal is the lowest category of severe storms, so it is possible that none of these storms go severe, but I definitely want to be on the lookout for it. 74 is where we're going to end up for a high temperature tomorrow, and that is going to be our biggest impact as we go through the upcoming 4 days. Still have a lot of rain to discuss over the weekend, so we'll talk about it all in just a few minutes. Guys?
Okay, see you in a bit, Ben. Thank you. Tonight, Michigan leads the country in some concerning COVID numbers, and the CDC is advising the state to make some changes when it comes to school sports.
And Michigan currently has the highest number of cases in the country and most adults in ICU beds for COVID. Today, the state reporting 8,015 new cases and 30 additional deaths. The CDC's director says states like Michigan should impose restrictions specifically on youth sports.
I encourage communities to consider adjustments to meet their unique needs and circumstances. For example, in areas of substantial or high community transmission, CDC guidance specifically suggests refraining from youth sports that are not outside and cannot be conducted at least 6 feet apart.
And north of the border, or south if you're in Detroit, starting at midnight, all of Ontario will be under a stay-at-home order as it sees a sharp rise in hospitalizations, and that order is going to be in effect for 4 weeks.
Detroit police officers will not be charged in the deadly shooting of Hakeem Littleton. Prosecutor Kim Worthy says officers lawfully acted in self-defense. Officers shot and killed Littleton last July after he pulled out a gun and shot at police. The shooting set off protests over the use of deadly force. Littleton's family and Detroit Will Breathe are asking State Attorney General Dana Nessel to investigate. I-75 in Oakland County is set to close for consecutive weekends.
Both directions of the freeway going to shut down between 8 Mile and 696 starting Friday night at 11 o'clock to allow crews to safely demolish bridges in Hazel Park. Freeway will reopen by 5 a.m. Monday for the morning drive next week, when all traffic will shift to the rebuilt northbound lanes. The following weekend, freeway will also close 11 p.m. Friday, April 16th. It'll reopen at 5 a.m. April 19th. An update now to a story we brought you last night at 11. A Local 4 viewer has stepped up, we see it yet again, and donated a motorized wheelchair to an Ann Arbor woman who had her chair stolen right from the front of her home.
Oh, wow. It's pink. My goodness.
Shalitha Evans spoke to us after surveillance video showed a man driving off with her wheelchair. A viewer saw her story with his wife, who also uses a similar wheelchair. He says they had an extra one, practically brand new, and donating it was the right thing to do.
Many people have graciously helped my wife and I get through a lot of things. We couldn't have done it without them, and there's no way I could ever repay them. The only thing I can do is just try to be a good person and pay it forward to somebody else.
I have been blessed beyond measures, and I've wanted one of these chairs, the kind that you could fold down and take with you, and look at God. This is great. This is just awesome.
Look at God is right. That story broke a lot of people's hearts last night, but I had a feeling that somebody was going to come forward because they always do to help.
They sure did, and so quickly.
Quickly,
you get to come back the next night. Really great.
All right, still ahead. Michigan students will be taking standardized testing this spring despite the pandemic.
We'll hear how the state superintendent was responding to the federal government's decision on that.
And a drive-through attack caught on camera. What happened moments before punches were thrown.
But first, prosecutors say preyed on children as young as 10 years old. The federal investigation of this Metro Detroit business owner that goes back 11 years, and that's next.